Hello everybody, I'm back. It's been a while since I've done a tutorial. I'm going to be doing a clock mold out of resin, and it came with two of these faces, and there's gold and silver. They do use AAA, one each, and it does not include it. They also came with pieces that I almost threw out, so if you get these, they're two little pieces, one for each one. And what happens is once you demold it, this will go insert in there, and that will be a clip to hold it in place. We'll figure that out once I demold it. And like I said, I have not done this before. I also got some more so you can get replacements for them. So I'm going to put all this aside, and that will be after we demold it tomorrow. So I did fill this with water, and it takes a cup of water. I'm not sure exactly. I'm still trying to learn how to get the right amount of resin so I'm not wasting it. Sometimes I'm pretty good, sometimes I'm not, but it's kind of catch-22. So if I don't do it right and I make too much, I'll usually put it in a smaller mold so I don't waste it. I've already washed this out, so always wash your molds out, make sure all the dust is out. I just wash it with water. And so I've got these cups here that are clear, and they have fluid ounces on them. So I used 4 and 4, which will make 8 for the cup. I also have my Let's Resin table. I've got a clear a cover from my table underneath it, because it will sometimes drip off if you're not paying attention. And there's a little bubble in there, and what I love about this, because my table's uneven, it looks like it might be uneven because I usually have it this way, but I changed it so I'd have more room because this is a smaller. So you just twist these, and that looks about right there. So I find the dot in there. All right, and I'm gonna put another mat. It comes with a mat to go over it. All right, so this shouldn't take too long. What I'm gonna do is, you see these little grooves right here? I'm gonna put in some mica powder to make it look really, have a really cool effect. And also I'm going to use some glow in the dark green Let's Resin glow in the dark mica powder. So I've already poured 4 and 4. What I'm going to do is mix this, and then I'm going to put it on a warmer. So I'm going to fast forward while I mix it. So first, you're going to make sure you scrape the edges. I do have my wipes here. Oh, and the resin I'm using is Johnson Hardener High Gloss. Johnson Resin Premium Clear Coating and Casting Resin. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to fast forward while I spin this for about 3 minutes. Alright, that took longer than expected. For some reason it's very cloudy. I know this is starting to yellow. It's been a while since I've actually done any resin pours. But I do like this resin. It is self-leveling, but I still want use this leveling table, which I really love. It's helped me with like my bookmarks and stuff like that. You'll see some other videos where I've used it. This has a mind of its own too. It will turn on because I think I should have, when I first bought this, I should have put plastic over this to protect it, because it's all sticky now, and so this kind of gets caught. I've tried to clean it. Probably need to try to do it some more. But anyways, it works, serves its purpose, and it does come with 2 more of these. So I'm going to take that out just so it doesn't get stuck, and just set it aside. And I'm going to wipe my hands off, and actually I'm going to put this on the warmer. So this is the candle warmer I have over here. And I've had it heated for quite a while. So you got to be careful with this, especially if you're using plastic cups. This warms it and the bubbles will start floating to the top. And the resin will get hard quicker. So if you have a big piece, like I did with my checker and chess board, you gotta be mindful of that and not mix so much at once, because it was a horrible experience. It turned sticky and gooey, and so just be mindful of that. Don't get it too hot. I think I might have had that too hot because it's already, the cup's already sticking. It's never done that before, so I'll probably turn it on too quickly. I suppose I could put some type of barrier under it like that. Maybe that'll help. A little baby wipe there. Never thought of doing that before. But the resin is kind of cold right now, so hopefully it'll warm up. In the meantime, got these 2 cups here, and what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the glow in the dark. I'm trying to think if I even used this. I haven't even used it, so I need to open the top. I don't know if I needed that much, but it does have, when you open the top, so these are called less resin, and I have a bunch of them. Glow in the dark pigments. There's 12 colors, and when you open them, they have this like a little salt pepper shaker, little holes. So I've got some pretty cool colors. We'll warmer now. I'm gonna make a cooking clock. So I have these musical notes. I'm just going to lay them out right here. I got off of Amazon. They're like confetti for parties, and they are awesome. I use them for a lot of stuff. I use them for my guitar pick resin holders. I don't know. I think I've done a video on one of those. I'm not sure yet, but there's a lot in the bag. Go ahead first and get my mica powder in the creases here. So I'm going to use some gold mica powder. Alright, so this is still settling. The bubbles are still settling. You can pop a little bit of alcohol in it. Let the bubbles rise to the top. And I'd rather do that than do to the torch. So there's still some bubbles, but not as bad as it was when I was spinning it. Alright, so this is the Taika Rose Cosmetic Grade Mica Powder, Pure Gold. Alright, take a little brush, and I wish I had the magnetic one, but I don't, and I'm just going to color in the sides all the way up the line. I'm just taking a wild guess that this is going to work. This is a very pretty one, gold. I don't even know where I got this from, honestly. It may have been Hobby Lobby. Normally everything I get is from Amazon, but I'm just trying to do part of it gold, and then the rest is going to be clear with the green glow in the dark. So all these little grooves are going to get painted gold. For the rest of the portion of this video, I'm going to have you watch me work and listen to some music. And what I'll be doing is mixing the resin with the glow-in-the-dark mica powder. And I will be putting clear down first, and then I'll be putting the musical notes down. And I also will be showing you, I have some little rocks that are like sea glass, and I'll be putting them at the bottom. I'm not sure why I did that, but I thought it was kind of cool effect. And then I will be putting the glow in the dark over the clear, and then I'll be putting some gold flakes in. So you watch the rest of the video, just listen to some music, relax, and I will see you when I debold. Also, actually, I will see you again when I add more, because I didn't fill completely up, and I waited for it to dry for about 3 hours after this section, and then I added some more, but I will be speaking in that portion of the video. All right. All right, I'm here finishing up. Thank you for watching so far. And I'm sorry I had to do a little music in the background while I was working, but like I said, I was very tired. But here I'll be spraying some alcohol on it to help with the bubbles. And here's a close-up portion of what it looks like so far. So I'll see you in the next clip. So since it's get filled, I let this sit, it's almost hard already, for about 3 hours. And I'm going to put a back on here, and I think I'm going to put gold. That way it's not totally see-through, so I think that would give it a good effect. So I'm going to fill these little cups pretty much to the rim because I think I'm going to need that much. Well, let's see. Yeah, let me get almost to the rim. I'll get about 3/4 of the way and see if that works. That's a little more, 3/4. I'll just do it right to the rims. These little cups got little rims. So these you can get at like Sam's Club. They're like to-go containers. And they work really well for small projects. And I just turned on my candle warmer because I'm going to put this on the warmer because it is a little bit cool in here for some reason. So I'm going to put these in this silicone mixing cup. I love these because they're easier to clean and you don't have to throw them away. And I'm sorry about the little voiceover. I just wasn't feeling it. It's hard for me to concentrate and talk at the same time when I'm trying to do this. So yeah, see, this is really kind of cool. So I do need to put it on the warmer. But I'm going to go ahead and mix this again and fast forward another time through the mixing so you don't have to watch me mix this. And then we're going to put some gold mica powder and then we'll be done, and then we'll demold it on the next go around. Alright, I'm going to tap this and get the bubbles to the top. You can see them bubbling there. And I just went ahead and fast forward it for you so you didn't have to see all of that. So the first time I did the resin, remember I did a cup, and that was not right. So I did 4 ounces and 4 ounces. So these I believe are 2 ounces, and that was almost 2 ounces. So we're going to see how much we have. So that would be a cup and 4 ounces. If this all fits, I believe it will at this point. It may run a little bit over. Hopefully I don't, so I don't waste any, but if it does, I could just pour it in something else small. But right now, just let the bubbles settle for a second. I could use a little bit of alcohol here. But this is already hard. I mean, it really works when you heat the resin up. I mean, this is, wow. And so me adding the back in a different layer helps it make it more look 3D, and it keeps everything from going together. So if I would have mixed the gold on the back right away, it would have just blended through, and I wouldn't have been able to see. It wouldn't have been see-through. It would have probably just blended through the whole thing and sunk down. So now this is going to lay on top, which is going to be beautiful. I haven't done this before, like I said. I think this is going to be awesome. I'm just going to go ahead and start pouring it in the corner. And just try to get to level itself. And you can hear the cat. I don't know why it's meowing. It might be locked in my room here. You're not supposed to be in here. Oh, no, it's locked in my daughter's room. There we go. Look at that. It's beautiful. Wow. This is going to be beautiful. I'm trying not to cover this hole. So I'm going to stop here for a minute and let it sit. I'm doing pretty good. Got about 1/4 of the cup left. I do not want to cover that hole because then the clock piece will not fit. So I'm just getting right to the top so it doesn't have any little sharp edges. I know if you do molds and you don't fill it quite to the top, you're going to have a lot of sharp edges. I've experienced. Just clean up these edges. Actually, I need something different. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to do it too much. I think that's, I'm going to have some extra. So I'm thinking, let's see, it's about 2 ounces. I'm thinking 1 cup. So I'm thinking about maybe 10 ounces. 8, 9, 10, probably about 10 ounces, maybe 11. Maybe 11 ounces, 10.5 ounces. So you don't have so much excess. So I'm going to have to find something to pour the rest of this in. So let me find something. I guess I could do some hair clips. They sell pretty good. So, looks like I didn't clean this very well. What I like about these is you can squeeze them. I'm gonna go a little bit slow. They are small. I have trouble working with small areas here. My hand's a little shaky. Looks like I might have even more left. Well, I still got more left. Now what? Let's see. So I'll spray a little bit of alcohol on it. Works way better to me than using that blower. Alright, so let's try a couple bookmarks. I usually do the taller ones, but they are starting to wear. I've used them so much, and they don't seem to stay, or they seem to be warped and don't seem to be level. All right, so I guess we're doing a clock, 3 bookmarks, and some hair clippers. Anyways, it's been a long day. It's like 5:30 in the morning, so I'm having trouble getting that other video uploaded while I was waiting for this to get a little cure. All right, I'm done, and then the next time we see you, I will be demolding this, and I cannot absolutely wait. All right, we are back, and this is the exciting part. This is the demolding. I just cannot wait to do this. I already went and got some stuff set up for the video. So here's a little lamp it's like for nails that I'm going to use to put the backs of these clips on. So I buy these separately, and the molds you can use forever till they wear out. So I buy extras, and I do sell a lot of those. So you have 3 different sizes, and you get them in silver, so I have both. And the bookmarks, I have the tassels. And I went ahead, and I'm glad I did, tried to figure out this back piece clock. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one. So I'm going to use the gold, but I'm going to go ahead and show you this. So the back here, in order to take the battery out, you have to put your finger back here and pull up. It doesn't slide. I thought it slid off, so that was kind of difficult. Also, when I put the battery in, I'm not going to do this because I don't have another one. I tried to put the plus in first. It would not fit, and I had a panic attack. I went back and looked at some reviews, and they said the same thing. They didn't think it worked, but then I figured it out. You have to put the minus side in first, and then it'll fit. It literally looked like the battery was too big for the insert here, so that kind of scared me. And for the clips, evidently you get 3 in each one, and I didn't even know I had this. So when I said that I almost lost this bag, this was separated from this piece, so they each come with 3 pieces for the clips. Here, let me open it real quick. But that was kind of glad I found them, and that was just a fluke. It just happened to be on the floor, and I'm like, well, where did this come from? So I wouldn't have been able to figure it out. So actually, I'm having trouble opening it, so I'm going to go ahead and just take this out. So these have 3 spots they go into. So one of the clips goes inside of the battery compartment, and there's a square and like a pointy side. So I put it in like this, and I'm hoping it's going to work. So it goes straight in like that. So the pointy sides go on the outside. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but we're going to find out. and there's 2 other spots. And see, the clock is working. It's ticking. Just pray it works. So there's 1, 2, 3 spots these go into. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the battery piece back on. The back. All right, that kind of makes sense. All right, so here we go. So excited. That must just be a note that was stuck. I'm always scared I'm going to rip these molds because sometimes they're flimsy, but this one seems pretty thick. Ooh, the mica powder looks good. That was pretty easy. It came out pretty clean. And look at this. Oh, I'm excited. Look at that. And remember, it glows in the dark, so we'll have to do that at the end. So this is what the back looks like. And here's the side. Wow. That's awesome. And it stands perfectly. I was kind of worried about that, so it stands. That is awesome. All right, let's try to put the clock face in. So we want the 12 to be on top, I'm assuming. And I guess you just push it in there. And this is very smooth. There's no sharp edges anywhere. Oh, maybe right there. There's a little bit one right there. So I might have to sand that down right about here. But otherwise, this turned out amazing. Look at the musical notes. And it glows in the dark. Cannot wait. All right. I get excited about this. So I'm assuming it goes this way. So 12. Let's see. I always forget when I'm recording it's upside down. So I've got to remember, I always flip it around so it looks like you're looking at what I'm looking at. So apologize for turning it that way. So this is basically what it looks like. Wow. All right, here we go. Let's please let it work. I always say I'm not going to do stuff I haven't done before. Oh my God, it fits perfectly. I'm so excited. And it is 12. I set this at 12:20. Let me see my clock in here. So it looks like it's still correct. So I set it 10 minutes ago and now it's almost 12:30 a.m. Yes. So this is amazing. I am going to be making some of these for Christmas. Oh yeah. I got 7 pieces left too. So that is awesome. All right. So let's go on to the bookmarks real quick. Oh, these turned out perfect. These never turn out this good for the longer ones. So basically it's the molds for my, I guess I just had them too long. Probably need to invest in some more, but these actually sell really well. I usually sell them for $3 each, believe it or not. So you make some good money off of them. And you can order your tassels. I've actually ordered all black tassels. So I have a whole bag. I just love the color black with certain, it pretty much matches everything. It's always bad black, so I'm going to put black on one of them. And normally I would have some little design in here, but you know, I was just using the leftover resin. So it's kind of plain, but maybe somebody will buy it. Maybe I'll just put $1 on it just because it's half the size. But even if you sell 100 of these at $1, you're doing pretty good. Help me pay my rent. I'm in Rusty Rails in Farmville, North Carolina. It's an antique shop. However, I sell some crafts in there. All my crafts. And I just kind of been in there for a few months and I'm doing okay. I just got to get established, you know. But I sell a lot of beaded bracelets and what I've been selling, and kind of miscellaneous, just about anything. I don't really have any antiques except some old cars, I took them out for Christmas, so I just put my custom Christmas ornaments in. See, what do you think? Green? Would that look good? Alright. This is awesome. The clock turned out amazing. Man, you could do so much. You could do a beach theme. I'm thinking about doing like a law enforcement theme. Maybe put some like blue and black and maybe some ammunition or something. Alright. Look, you can even see the little gold flakes in there. I'll turn it this way because I'll be facing turning the camera the other way. That is amazing. Oh my gosh, you could do all kinds of stuff. Oh, this turned out amazing. I think it's one of my best projects ever. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock out these hair clips. I was up till 7:30 in the morning editing the first 3 sets of the video. Or wait, 2 clips. I can't remember how many clips we did yesterday. So this is kind of the top. And so I use this part for the bottom because it's flatter. So I'll do this. And these turned out pretty good. And what I do with this is I put some UV on it. I think this one's almost empty. There we go. So what you do is you put just a little bit of UV. I guess it'd help if I took off the top. And I have already got my links together for everything that I'm using here, from the clock pieces to the left resin leveling table to my mat, my bookmarks, molds, everything pretty much that I've got here. The mica powder, I did find that on Amazon, but however, I do believe I bought this at Hobby Lobby, but it's probably cheaper on Amazon. I can't tell you for sure, but normally Hobby Lobby's a little bit higher than Amazon. I have found. It was one of those last minute, I need something now. Otherwise, I'm always buying from Amazon. And you can do all 3 of these at the same time. This nail dryer is has a bottom that I take off. I don't even use it for this because I would have to slide everything on top of it. And it had a bottom at the peak where you could put your hand in, but I just put it over on top like that, so I'll move some stuff out of the way. And these you want to make sure you line up pretty good so you can't see the clip through the hole. That makes sense for these 2. So this has a hole here, and this has a hole here. So you don't want it way off of here. You kind of want to line the 2 holes together. This is all right because you can move this UV. It's not going to cure until you put the light on it. So that's why I like doing this. And it will shift if you put a lot on, so you got to make sure it's going to be even. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see. Got a little bit too much. I want it kind of even. All right. My hands, I got some on my hands. All right, so I'm going to turn this on for, I do about 4 minutes, so you don't have to watch this whole thing, but it should cure after about 60 seconds. I put it on top. There we go. Never had that happen before. I think the cord's loose right here. This thing is so old, it's not. I do have an actual UV light I use for like my jewelry. I just had it. This is actually rechargeable. So I do have this. I could just put that on top. It has UV light, but I don't think it's fully charged. I can kind of tell looks like it's a little dim. Don't ever shine this in your house, because you'll see every dirt imaginable, and then some. It's like a crime scene. I hope I made you laugh, because the first time I did that by accident, I'm like, oh my goodness. I've been in my house for 22 years, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff on the walls that I probably need to clean. Let's put it on here for another 60 seconds, and then I'll show you what they look like. And then I'll show you what this clock looks like, glows in the dark. Let's go ahead and get some light on it and activate the glow in the dark mica powder. I'm hoping it's going to work through this thicker resin. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. And it was so easy to demold and put everything together after I took about 2 minutes to figure it all out. I was a little bit worried because I couldn't find any directions on how to put the clips in, and I just kind of winged it. So I think I did them right. Alright, I'll do this more after I get off camera, because I tried to do it for 4 minutes. I don't want these coming out of a little girl's hair or whoever's hair. Oops. Alright. So you also want to go ahead and open this up right away, because it will, see how it's starting to stick, because I have it seeped underneath. So you want to go ahead and open it up right away. Don't let them sit there for too long, and then it will come undone here, so it won't stick no more once you do that. So there's one. I just put too much this time. I usually don't put that much. There's two. See, that one didn't stick. So, all right. So there's the hair clips. And you can, you know, clean them up with a little nail file like inside here. I might have to do some little filing right here, because there's a little bit of resin inside here. But otherwise, it turned out pretty good. All right, so let's see what this clock looks like when it glows in the dark. And not to get this resin on here. This is so awesome. All right, so I'm going to turn off the light. I'll be right back. Gonna work or not. So there's the top light. That's just beautiful. Actually, let me turn it back around this way. I'm sorry about that. I keep forgetting that I flipped the camera around. I gotta figure out how to do this correctly, where I'm just recording what I'm exactly seeing. My phone has mine its own. Alright, so I'm gonna turn off the light on this overhead light that has my phone attached to it. And there you go. Awesome. That is awesome. All right. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too long, but what's great about YouTube, you can fast forward through the boring parts. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.